you ready? Are you prepared for that big Thanksgiving Day meal? It is something many people look forward to year after year, but can be difficult, especially since there's so much pressure on the main course, and that is the turkey. But Butterball is helping make your Thanksgiving Day meal a tasty success. Here joining us on Live Now from Fox is Nicole Johnson. She is the director of Butterball Turkey Talk-line. And Nicole, I have to ask you right away, lines are open. Have you guys been busy so far?
Kristi, thanks for talking turkey with us today. You can imagine we are all here today, the day before Thanksgiving, and we're all here at Thanksgiving as well. We're getting so many email, chat, text, social media inquiries. The heart of the talk line, though, Kristi, really is the phone. There's something about that emotional support that we provide our cooks when we talk to them on the phone. 1-800-BUTTERBALL, 1-800-288-8372. Reach out to us. We're here to really make sure you have a great Thanksgiving.
And you guys have been taking these phone calls ever since the early 80s, so I know that there's a list of top questions among that get asked year after year. Let's go over some of them, because I think one of the biggest problems is making sure your turkey, if you had it frozen, it's thawed in time to cook it for tomorrow.
Great question. Number one question over the 41 years that we have been open. I've personally been on the talk line for 20 years, and you can imagine the very creative ways that cooks will come about to thaw their turkey. There's two safe and acceptable ways to thaw your turkey, and that's the refrigeration method. It takes 24 hours for every 4 pounds of turkey meat to thaw in your refrigerator. Now, if you're listening now and you haven't started the thawing process, not to worry. We understand. I'm a working mom of 4. Sometimes we forget to do things right on our to-do list. You can opt for the cold water bath method. It's still safe. It's still acceptable. Leave the wrapper on the turkey, submerge it in a cold bath, ideally changing that water every half hour. So this 12-pound turkey right here would take about 6 hours using that cold water bath method. That's the first of our 3 T's. Here at Butterball, we like to provide the 3 T's to our cooks. So thawing. The second T is thermometer. Kristi, if you don't have one yet, your thermometer, you need to purchase one. Truly is your best friend on Thanksgiving Day. It's going to register 180 in the thigh, 170 in the breast for best eating quality. If you're more of a visual learner like myself, hop on the butterball.com website, and we have a very short video. It shows our cooks exactly where to place that meat thermometer. The last of the 3 T's is our 2-hour rule. And that's from a food safety perspective. You want to make sure that we slice that meat off the bone, get it in a Ziploc container or baggie, and get it in the refrigerator within 2 hours or less of that turkey leaving the oven. So there you have it. Thawing, thermometer, 2-hour rule, the 3 T's.
I think another T that a lot of people are looking for some tips on is taste, because I just have Christmas Vacation in my head when they cut open the turkey and it poofs and it's so dry. There's so many people who will ask, how do we make it a moist turkey? What are your tips for them?
Great. Well, again, use your meat thermometer. You certainly don't want to overcook that turkey. And we also have what we call our tenting method. And the breast is the first area that you will notice during the roasting process that's brown, right? It's going to brown faster than the rest of the turkey. So in order to prevent the breast area from drying out, you're going to tent or shield that breast area, and that will help to prevent that breast from over drying. So that definitely is another good tip.
Now, as people have been calling you guys years after years, have there been some oddball questions that you continue to get that you can share with us?
There are. A lot of the standout calls, again, having 4 little butterballs at home, I think are the ones, it's a multitasking mom and dad. We know they're working their 9 to 5. They call us from the grocery store. We're walking through the aisles with them. I love the first-time cooks. We can talk everything from what size turkey to purchase, fresh, frozen, what kind of pan. It's really that emotional support that we provided over those 41 years that we just naturally do. All of us have outside positions, registered dietitians, chef, culinary instructors. This is a seasonal position for our team. We work all of November and December. I've worked here for many years. People say, Nicole, we know you work for Butterball. You don't really work on Thanksgiving Day. We do. Alongside all of my coworkers, we're here working 8, 9, maybe even a 10-hour shift. But to answer your question, one call that I always think about is when I started the talk line, I was in my early 20s. He was kind of a younger sounding guy on the other line. He's whispering. I keep on asking him to speak up a little bit. He was nervous, Kristi, not because he had to ask how to cook the turkey. He was nervous because he was going to propose to his girlfriend on Thanksgiving Day in front of all of her family, and he was nervous where he was going to put the diamond ring. Well, he was very cute and creative, put the diamond ring in the center of the stuffing, and his concern was how he was going to find it when his soon-to-be father-in-law was slicing that turkey. He called back a couple hours later. She said yes. It was a good end of the story, but that's one that always stands out, even after so many years.
I love stories like that, and I'm sure that there's so many operators, like you said, who have been talking with these different, callers year after year. I'm sure they have some great stories. But let's talk about the evolution of that, because it all started with one talk line, and now you guys are even on TikTok. So I'm sure that's been a big change to see.
It really is amazing. 1981, we started with 6 home economists, all female at the time. They housed all their information on an old school Rolodex, answered thousands of phone calls, even 41 years ago. We've certainly evolved with technology and trends. While the heart of the talk line really is the phones, we know there's other ways that cooks want to reach us. So you can email, chat, text. We're on that Alexa skill set all over social media. We have now women and men on the talk line. We receive a lot of men that are preparing the Thanksgiving meal. So a lot of ways to reach us. Definitely don't hesitate.
Anything else you think important to mention when it comes to preparing your turkey, especially since it is usually the center of your Thanksgiving meal?
Well, one thing to keep in mind is we understand that the emotional support that we provide really is needed. Sometimes we'll get a first-time cook. Sometimes it's someone who calls us every single year. Regardless of how seasoned you are at cooking a turkey is not something we do year-round. So we understand that you can be stressed. Not to worry. We've added what we're calling our callback feature a couple years back. Rather than waiting in line to talk to us, we're going to simply enter your phone number, and we'll call you back when it's your place in line. Because, Kristi, you can imagine, even though there's 50 of us talking turkey tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day, it's going to be a little bit of a wait to reach us. But you enter your phone number, you can go about your other business, and we're going to call you back.
Well, and I'm sure so many people are appreciative of that, just the way that you guys have changed with the technology that's come out, and especially when you're in need of some help and maybe you don't want everyone else to know that you've been asking these questions. That's what you guys are there for year after year.
Thank you. Yeah, we certainly are. Our average tenure, in fact, is 12 to 14 years. We're really dedicated to the talk line, so appreciate that.